What up, what up? Thanks for tuning in to another war recap with Bands of Snow. This time it's your boy Rob Carr. You're going to love this one because I'm on it. With that being said, let's jump into it. So, we just finished the war against BG Rebels. They did a pretty good job. They tried, but we had an awesome war. We were only, as you can see, 2 stars short of a perfect war. So, without saying anything bad about them. When you're that close to a perfect war, it's not much, not many. It's not many wars you're gonna lose. So great job, guys. Awesome war. I want to give a shout out to a couple people. First is going to be T Rex. T Rex showed up. Town Hall 8. Him and Havoc. T Rex is becoming like an expert on Dragloon. Havoc already is a surgical hog genius, and Frank showed up this time. He got 6 stars for us. Awesome job. So I'm definitely show you three there. I'm definitely going to shout myself out because I'm awesome. So I I'll do one of my attacks, and then depending on how I feel, depending on how time, we'll see what else we got going. Um, so let's jump into it. Uh, T Rex, he took out 14 and 15, so I'll show you 14. Oh, these numbers really just irritate me. So good job with the funnel, and the key to his attacks is he uses. I'm sorry, this is very boring. Let me get some music. There we go. All right. So the key to his attacks, man, is he uses a rage and a haste across the final two um, air defenses, and his loon placement, man, it's just like they breeze through these air defenses. It's sick. So you'll see here, he's got the poison down. Here comes the haste, and it's like boom, those hogs, those loons smelt it out. So they just went straight to it. Gets through the two air defenses. Now at this point, he has like 5 or 6 dragons still up, and the loons, of course, being ahead of the dragons, they're going to go down. But at this point, it's not enough defenses to take down all these dragons. I mean, it's just too much. He absolutely walked through 15, but 14 was a little bit better of a layout, so it wasn't as easy. But he still finished up with like 3 or 4 dragons left. It was never a question if this was going to be a 3 star or not. So great job, T Rex. Great war, man. Next, we're going to jump up to Havoc. Like I said, he's like a mad scientist with the Town Hall 8 uh, surgical hogs. So there's no way, even though we shot him out a lot, there's no way I'm not going to show it. So I'll show you 11, even though he hit 10 and 11. He likes to challenge himself. He takes out the top 2 Town Hall 8s every time. And I just want to shout out our Town Hall 8s because they minimize how many attacks our Town Hall 9s have to use to clean up. So we can really go at these other Town Hall 9s. And even if we're not successful early with them, we have a good scouting report. So again, shout out to uh, our Town Hall 8s, man. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of his attacks is his CC kill squad. It's just amazing the timing that he does it. It's like perfect. Drops the poison spell on him. The only troops that he loses, which is crazy, from his kill squad, is the original Barb, the original Archer, and that's it. This guy even keeps up his Barb King the entire attack. So he does a good job at attacking in front of his kill squad with the hogs. Knows they're all going to go to the middle. So he drops that heal, maximizes the effectiveness of it, takes out the bombs one at a time. So it does pretty much nothing. Hogs. And I mean, at this point, I mean, he's just running through this base at this point. Look at this. All 3 Wiz originally up. The only thing he lost was the Barb and the Archer. And he still even has his Barb King up. So, and I'm pretty sure that Barb King stays up the whole time. There was the last heal. And this Town Hall 10, I'm sorry, this Max Town Hall 8 Barb King at a 10 uh, is already being poisoned right here. He'll be poisoned even though it was a little late. But he does that to try to minimize the damage, and his Barb King's still up. So he's already been cleaning up the whole time. I mean, this guy has so much time left. It's like ridiculous. So your attacks are amazing, man. Good job, Havoc, showing up for another 6 stars. Frank, Frank E. Donkey showed up. 8 and 9 he hit. I'll show you 9. We'll kind of get through it pretty quick here. Um, he did a great job at recognizing that this queen was very accessible to get to, and it wasn't hard to get to the CC either. So being able to go in with just one maxed golem, I mean, it really just opened up the ability to have so many hogs, and you'll see how this works out for him. So he drops the rage. I'm sorry, he drops the poison. I would have liked more if he would have dropped them in a row to make them travel further in the poison, but luckily the queen got him to stop right there in the poison. So good job there. And then at this point, of course, the queen's going to go down, but he still got 35 hogs, no CC, no queen at this point, and he still got all 4 heals. I mean, he didn't use any spells for the kill squad. So, I mean, he just really set himself up for success. I mean, this was an awesome thought out attack. And he's just got so many heals. Like, he can just, take his time and make sure he's healing proactively, which he does a good job at. I mean, just look at all these hogs he's got left over. It's crazy. So he's also did a good job. So he had some problems there with a big bomb. But like I said, he's still healing. Still got, it's just amazing how many heal spells. It's like he had 5 of them or something. So he's then drops down. He saves some whiz, which is always good. You always got to save some troops for the cleanup. Takes out the Barb King, and then from there, I mean, it just gets real simple. So, I mean, great job, Frank. Great war, man. Great effort. Appreciate it, this war. All right, so good job there. I actually jumped down to 7. I actually hit late just to see where I was needed because our wave didn't work out. We had some guys that couldn't show up on time, so that always makes it tough. But I did end up hitting 5, and I'll show you that. But first I want to breeze through. Noah showed up big time. He failed on 7, but he came back with 6. I can't lie. I wasn't expecting him to have success with this. But he ultimately did, I guess you call it a Govawee. And he pretty much did this attack because it's a square attack. It ultimately looked like a hog attack just with Valkyries, which worked out great. The Valkyries, because of the layout, were very predictable, so he was able to heal them. The only thing I'm not sure about, as you see all of these Wiz and the Queen take out the Hound, he used 2 haste, which I'm not sure was effective at all. Probably would have been much better off with a Rage or maybe even a Poison if you wanted to do the core. But another heal for the Valks would have been amazing for him. So he would have walked through the base. Instead, he had to limp through it a bit, but nonetheless, good 3-star. It actually helped us really tie up the rest of the Town Hall 9. So we weren't really, I'm not going to say we. I wasn't really expecting, I have to admit. So good job on that, Noah. I really had my eyes on 2 and 4. But because some people had already tried to hit 5, 5 was a little unorthodox of a base. So I had to go ahead and hit 5. But the good thing was I found a sweet spot, and I was able to get access to 3 Wiz Towers, both Expos, and both Heroes with a quad quake. So when you can do that with Valks, more than likely you're going to walk through a base. And on top of that, they let me steal some buildings. Usually my golems would have had to been down at this point in order to make the funnel. But bad coverage means great for my golem. So I always look for that. If I can steal some buildings, I'm going to definitely do that. I was a little upset with myself because I was very sloppy with my wall breaker placement, and I usually take pride in that and making sure that I'm surgical with my wall breaker. So I wasn't that great, but luckily my Valkyrie saved the day and didn't walk around the base and actually broke a wall. And I think the wall breaker softening it up a little bit helped with that. And I was hoping that my Wiz did not get rid of that Hound. I did not want that Hound to pop. As you see, I still didn't even put down my Queen. We had a scouting report on this. I knew a Hound was in the CC. And as far as I'm concerned, this Hound could just fly around spitting at my golems all day long. I don't care. So as you see in the middle, in the sweet spot, I healed and raged my Valkyries, and they just absolutely tear through the middle of this base, which makes it easy for the surgical hogs at that point. And I don't even know if you still call them surgical hogs, because really I'm just pathing them now. And they're just going to go around the outside of the base because there's no defenses left in the middle. So my Valks then team up with my hogs. And I wait to see which direction my Valks are going, and I hog attack from that direction so that then I can maximize my last heal spell because I could only take 2 heals on this. So now when you look at it, I mean, they're going into this next section, and it's just unreal how much life I have in all of these hogs and Valks. And there's the Hound just spitting at nothing, that's shooting back. I don't care. So then I play possum a little bit, and I put my Queen back on the opposite end. So that the Hound, doesn't get popped. It does get popped at the end there, but by that time, it's not really a big deal. The base is already smashed at that point. So I was able to pull off that 3-star. Shout out to Iz. Iz jumped up and hit number 1. I'm not going to show it just because Iz already put up a live attack. You have to go and check that out. His planning was so detailed. It was amazing how close to his plan the attack went. My plans never go that close to plan. So make sure you check that out. And then that allowed for Alone to drop down and 3-star and just overpower a base. And Tap was able to drop down to 3 and 3-star that base as well. So good job, guys. Great war. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.